bought some massive injectors for the 12 valve. These injectors are from Dynamite diesel products and they're capable of handling up to 800 horsepower. In the last episode, we dynoed this truck stock and then we added a massive S369 turbo on it and dynoed it again. And we actually found that we lost power with the bigger turbo. If you want to check that video out, I'll put a link up here and in the description. So we're hoping to gain back some of that lost power with the injectors in today's episode. First thing to do, gotta take this intake elbow off. That's off. Last one here, cylinder 6. Much easier than a 6.7 Cummins though. Should just all come off in one piece. Easy. What do you think, Brian?
Ain't got no gas in it.
Return lines out. Now I think we're ready to just rip these injectors out that have been in here for 500,000 kilometers. So see how that goes, I guess. Got it. So these injectors are seized in here, but the DDP kit actually comes with this nut that you can thread onto the injector like that. And then I think if we maybe use this to hook underneath it and then hammer it, maybe I'll be able to pop it out. There we go. There. That wasn't so bad. Hopefully they all come out like that. All right, got all the injectors out. The injector holes look gross though. It's just black and murky. So I'm just gonna pound a bunch of brake clean down there and you know, hopefully she'll fire up really good because they'll have a bunch of brake clean in the cylinders after. All right, time to put the new injectors in. Here's the O-ring, but it's actually metal. And then the new ones have metal O-rings on them too. Like I've never seen that before, so I don't see any place for an actual rubber O-ring, so I think I'm just gonna send it, I guess. Yeah, like they don't really press in there. I might actually watch a video. I'm literally watching a YouTube video from Dynamite Diesel Products on how to install their injectors.
And then it'll give a little clunk down.
Okay, mine doesn't clunk down. I got this injector so dirty. Whatever.
Maybe we should put some more brake clean on it.
I've done it like 3 other times off camera, bro. I think there's enough brake clean in here. So just tightening it. Feels like it's tightening all the way. I don't know, man. Like that might be it. Like I have that, like this nut's almost touching the head. So it must be good. Nothing like having a nice crisp Diet Pepsi at 10 a.m. Just gonna torque them 44 foot-pounds and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. Good enough for the girls I pee on. Just a couple more injector lines to tighten up and Bob's your uncle.
He's my dad, actually.
No, your mom's your dad. Okay, well I think we're done. That was easy, like super easy, not quite as easy as just walking across the border into Canada and getting all of your citizenship and living allowance and benefits paid for by the Canadian government. But anyways, we're gonna see if we can fire this thing up.
A few moments later.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Not getting enough fuel to supply those injectors. I might call them and ask if that's, because it sounds like it's idling fine, but when I rev it, it pops. It's almost like it misses. So I wonder if it's just not getting enough fuel because these are stage 3 injectors, like they're pretty big.
Yeah, I would bump the timing up to 19 degrees. It's probably going to be set at somewhere between 11.5 and 12, if I remember correct on that particular pump.
Okay. So apparently when you put big injectors on a 12 valve Cummins with a P-pump, you have to advance the timing of the P-pump. Now I don't have the Polar or the degree gauge or anything like that, so I ordered a kit from Power Driven Diesel. It should be here hopefully by the end of the week, and then we'll continue on with the video. We'll bump up the timing and then we'll run on the dyno. All right, we're back. We got some parts for the 12 valve and we got another case of brake clean here. Okay, so we got a degree wheel so we can see how many degrees we're timing the pump. We got a pump nut puller and a socket to change the delivery valves. Down here, there's actually a plate, a data plate on the side of the valve cover. I don't know if you can see that, but that's apparently gonna tell us what this pump was timed to originally, as long as no one's messed with the timing, which I don't think anyone has. And there's kind of a proper way to set timing and a not so proper way. Proper way would be like finding top dead center and all that stuff, pinning the pump, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. We're literally just gonna pop the nut off the pump and retard the timing a little bit and then tighten it back up and just do it till it works. Okay, I actually took a picture of the data plate and you can see right there, it says timing is 12.5 degrees. We need to be around 18 to 20, they said. So if we retard the timing about 7 degrees, that should bring us up to what, 19 and a half? Is that? Oh man, I'm not good with quick math. The oil filled tube off, but this nut here is like, it's a 15 mil, but it's just literally stripped. I've never taken it off before, so the previous owner must have stripped it.
What am I gonna do?
I hate dealing with stripped nuts, man. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you suck. Fuck. You might have to weld a nut to it. That's so gay. All right, Luke thinks he's better than the journeyman mechanic when he's just a professional dog fucker.
Ha! I got it.
No way.
I got it.
You gotta be fisting me.
Yeah, it's going.
So the hammer was the key.
Little tiny taps.
There we go. Oil fill neck off. This is supposed to be torqued to 140 foot-pounds. Oh, we're just turning the whole engine over. Okay. Got the washer, we got the nut off. Now we have to pull the gear off of that P-pump. Okay, so we got the puller on the gear. It's all tight, so now we just have to keep tightening this bolt and it's gonna pull it off. And apparently you have to push pretty hard and you'll hear it pop. Oh wow, it's scary. Oh, there we go.
That one popped.
The gear is loose now, so. Now we should be able to bar the engine over. We'll put that degree wheel on, mark it so we can see how many degrees we bar it over, how we retard it. We're gonna turn it counterclockwise, retard it. So do about 8 degrees or 7 degrees and then tighten it back up and see what happens. Retard it. I'm gonna hook a piece of wire underneath it and then this will be my, I'll have this so that you can see where we are on the degree wheel. I'm just probably gonna leave this on because I have a feeling we might be timing this more than once. Look at that. That's freaking cool. See that? See my little line right there?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
You? I'm gonna go a little bit too far, like that. Because you want to take all the lash out of the engine. We want to get our final measurement coming back the right rotation. I really hope this works. I hope we start it up and it just purrs and everything seems all good. Watch me crank it and it just goes bang. I'd call that a win, hey?
I think so.
Kind of had a little tiny bit of a pop that one time when I like accelerated hard with it, but I think it also might not have enough fuel because those are really big injectors with factory delivery valves. But I think it's good enough that we can run it on the dyno and see, did we gain any more power? We should actually take it for a test drive first.
Yeah, let's go.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, now hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play the roulette with each step.
Okay, I need fuel. Because this fuel is probably a year old and we're like under a quarter tank. So let's go to the co-op and I have a little bit of American tender and let's see if they take it in Canada. How much smoke it rolls.
That's awesome.
not speeding. Can I have $3 American? Does that work? I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Just put in 40 bucks.
Okay.
Okay, so we accidentally put in $9 of gas because I never said, or sorry, 9 liters of gas because I never said it was diesel. But it's pretty much empty, so I think if we just fill it all the way with diesel, do you think that'll be okay?
Still gonna send
Let's
it.
do it, all the way with diesel.
Taking no loss, I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'm always win. I ain't taking no loss, no loss.
So we got the truck loaded back on the dyno. Honestly, it didn't really feel that much different with the bigger injectors. It ran really good, but the turbo still felt like it took forever to spool. And that's before we put gas in it. So keep in mind, there's about 10% gas in it, but I think we're gonna get very similar results to what we got previously when we just put the big turbo. So remember, we started off with 255 horsepower on this truck. Then we put the Smedding S369 turbo on and we dropped to 238 horsepower. And now we got the Dynamite Diesel Stage 3 injectors. And I think we're gonna stay around 238 horsepower. That's my guess. Next video is when we're gonna put the delivery valves in the fuel pump, which sends so much more fuel to the injectors. I think that's where we're gonna see our massive gain. Remember, the goal was 600 horsepower. And if we can't hit 600 horsepower with the new delivery valves, we might call a friend. Okay, baby, we are back. We got 255 horsepower and then 256. So we gained our horsepower back. But as you can see on this graph, this is where kind of like the peak horsepower is. And you see that's right at about like almost 3,000, like 2,800 RPM. So that's right at the end of our pull, because look at this graph again. It's just nothing, nothing, nothing. And then we're finally starting to build boost at the end. And the dyno has load. I was using the brake, and as you saw when we drove it on the street, it doesn't matter, it's just not building load. We need more heat in those cylinders. This is also interesting though. Our max torque was 515 and 517 foot-pounds right there. Remember, when we started this, we had 255 horsepower, but 600 foot-pounds of torque. So we haven't gotten our torque back yet. Also remember, we got about 10% gasoline in there. So I don't know, would it be more horsepower if we had all diesel, or does the gasoline add a little boost? Let me know in the comments. And if you guys like the video and want to show a little more support, you can go to darkirondiesel.com, check out some super sweet merch. I'm rocking a GTA style hoodie right now. I think Luke here, what, you got the classic turbo? Yes. That's my favorite one.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off.